Okay, what is up, guys? My name is Christian, otherwise known as Hybrid Fork, and this is the second day in a row again. Apparently, I'm on a streak, but let's not dawdle on that for too long. Today, what we are going to be covering, or what I'm going to be covering, is something old, something most people would consider old now. It is the Vaporshark rDNA 40. So, any of you that are new to the vaping world and are very up to date, why am I covering a device when the newer, better version is out? Simply put, this was cheap. This went into a sale basically just before the DNA 200s came out, and I kind of fancied getting myself a really high, I say high end, a nice expensive box mod. And this was the thing. It was £100 down from 150 from the UK eSig store website. I think they've now dropped to 120 in price. And as a 40-watt device, I'm going to say this now, as a 40-watt device, it is an excellent, excellent piece of kit. I have never had any issues with it. I've never had any screen glitches. I've never had any wonkiness. What I'm also going to be covering today is I'm going to be having another rant about Kanga, and it'll be more in depth, a little bit more in depth. I won't be going massively into the rDNA 40 because it has been covered by literally everyone under the fucking sun. So what is it? The rDNA 40 is a single 18650 box mod, which is powered by Evolve's DNA 40 chip board, whatever you want to call it. It is 1 watt to 40 watts. 1 watt to 40 watts. It is obviously you've got the 3 buttons, nice and clicky. This one lights up when you charge it as well. Nice, clicky, very, very clicky buttons. Very nice. I quite like this device. Magnetic back panel for your battery if you ever do want to take it out. Mine lost its fucking lost the fucking magnet. I was having issues with it and it kept popping out, or it would get stuck to the magnet in there. One day I popped it back in and I popped it into that slot wrong. So basically this was repelling it all the time. So I actually had to just wedge it in there and hope it would stay there, because if it moved, it would just pop out and fly off. And then at one point, I think I went out one night and the battery's fallen out. The magnet's fallen out and it's just gone. I'll give you a quick toot just to show you how this device performs. It's 30 watts. I've got the 0.6 Kanga coil in there. Yes, that's right, 0.6. With a 70/30. As you can see, it's lower power device. I don't tend to use my low power devices much anymore. I am absolutely in love with the IPv3 Li. I've just started using that today, and I've already loved the damn thing. It's light. No, I'm not going into that now. So yes, couple of pros. We'll go through the pros for this device. Comes with a battery, and it's a really fucking good battery at that. Comes with mine, at least, came with an LG HE2. If I could turn it round, I'm pretty sure it's an LG HE2. Yep, LG HE2. I don't know the full battery specs, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, it has reverse battery protection, but it also has a warning buzzer. So normally you put them in positive side down, so that's that side at the bottom. So if I pop this in, you're going to hear a horrendous noise. Hear that? Not fun. But yeah, basically, if you put English, definitely my first language. You put the battery in the wrong way around, you don't fry the board. But yeah, battery life for this thing, it's good. It's better out of temp control, but bear in mind this device is constantly updating. It's constantly checking what's going on in the coil. It's basically constantly on. You can't turn it off. So it does tend to drop off on its own very quickly. Actually, not interesting. Anyway, screen is, if you couldn't tell, is on the bottom. It's a nice bright screen. It is the newer DNA 40 screen, so it is nice and big, nice and bright. I quite like it. It is fairly heavy for a small device. It is really fucking heavy. Now we'll move on to some cons, some things I don't like about this device, and the biggest one being temp control. Now everyone is going absolutely fucking nuts for butts for the temp control at the moment, and I do not see the appeal. I use temp control. I bought Atlantis nickel coils. I was running my Atlantis 1 on this because I can't get Atlantis 1 coils anymore. Not that it really matters because Atlantis 2 fits Atlantis 1, blah 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 blah. Anyway, and the vape was less than stellar. The flavour was less than stellar, far from stellar actually, and it gave me headaches, like severe headaches. Every day I would be going out with it, using it, and be wondering why the fuck have I got such a really fucking bad headache. Turns out, either I don't know if it's me or whatever, but apparently I don't react well with nickel coils. So I just flat out don't like temp control. It's pointless. As a 40-watt device, this is a fucking fantastic device, but temp control for me, not interested. Other cons, the finish on this, although nice and rubbery, it's really nice to hold, comes off really fucking easily. Like, that I haven't really dropped the battery door. That's just wear and tear from me pulling it off, pulling the battery out when I wanted to change it. Yeah, little scuffs here and there where I've put the mod down. I've not dropped it, I've put it down, and it's just scuffed and fucking beaten. Yeah, so the finish isn't fantastic. And is there anything else I do not like about this device? Something I forgot to mention actually, which is a pro, definitely a pro, zip high-speed charging. You never have to take your battery out this mod. I have multiple times. I have kind of destroyed the E-Fests that I had, but they're shit anyway, because they're have I got one to hand? I do have one to hand. Look at that. The top that used to protrude slightly. It now